Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including got me on Navex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zuby on Phantom, I got a few notes. Sticking my regs, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog. Welcome. Happy Monday to everybody out there in the crypto space, everybody out there on X, everybody out there on YouTube, everybody out there on Sonic, everybody out there on Pulse Chain. Welcome to R2R. Wreck to Riches Live, number 129. A lot of live streaming. That's a whole lot of live streaming. Thank you for being here this morning. If you are on YouTube, don't forget, smash the like button, drop a comment, subscribe. If you want to become a member, buy me a coffee. $2.99 a month, get a little bit of extra content, some time with me in the streams, some private member streams only, weekly. If you're on X, aka Twitter, aka Elon Musk freedom of speech platform, you must follow me, retweet this tweet, retweet the live, get more eyes. What do we got? 12 people on Twitter, 3 on YouTube. It grows as time goes on. We usually get like roughly 100 people. Working every day, grinding, trying to bring guys on Pulse, Sonic, education. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm for damn sure not a professional. This is crypto. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you could lose it all. Could get wrecked. It happens all the time, so wouldn't be wise. So today's episode was Richard Hart's pDAI warning too late. We'll get into that in a second. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin. Let's take a look. And I've been talking about this with people outside of crypto that are like wondering like what's going to go on with my Pulse chain or my Bitcoin. Like, to be honest with you, in crypto, tariffs is not a good thing. Good morning, Hex Made. Welcome. Like the tariffs that are going on in the U.S., tariff wars, the warnings, the ones that go in and out, it's been making the markets very volatile. And what is it, 2 days from now, they kick in. Whatever tariffs they're at, they change. You know, they're a bargaining chip. It definitely affects the market. It affects Bitcoin. So tomorrow's April Fool's. The next day, Trump is going to be launching the April 2nd tariffs. And those numbers are, like I said, have changed. They've gone up and down. It's a tariff war, right? Man, there's actual war out there going on right now, too. There's a whole lot of things going on a global scale to affect markets. But Bitcoin, $83,422. Ethereum struggling at $1,838. It's interesting. I made this tweet the other day. Got no love. Nobody loves to hear anything bearish. It won't get no attention. It won't. But I want to be realistic about life in general. Right? Let's go to that tweet. Let's take a look at the tweet that nobody, how many likes to get? 300 views, 2 likes. 2 likes. Because you guys know I've been on camera, I've been doing these live streams the past year, talking about early 2024, saying that the bull market would end in March of 2025. And I said, look, these are signs that the bull market happened. You got to look around you. These are just examples. Brett hit all-time high market cap, $2 billion plus in December 2024. The meme token. Fartcoin in January 2025 hit all-time high, $2.74. One on Base, one on Solana. Bitcoin in December of 2024 hit all-time high of $109,000 plus. Solana, all-time high, January of 2025, $293. BNB, all-time high, December 2024, up $788 of December 2024. Price, all-time high. A lot of us, if you follow me, got into meme tokens that went to 500 to a billion. We saw the rise of Pepe, right? Chinese Pepe. The Neros, remember Nero CTO went from a $1 million market cap. I talked about it on camera. I talked about it at 800,000 in my R2R group. That went from a 1 million to over a 1 billion market cap. So many different cryptocurrencies had massive success, right? And I always say you don't want to compare bull markets in numbers. You want to compare time frames, because if you go back to the very first cycle, Bitcoin was not at thousands of millions of X's wise and X's wise, right? Market caps every cycle have increased. Market share has diluted other tokens like Ethereum. Everyone built on Ethereum. So when everything built on Ethereum, like Binance, right? Anything that builds on top of Ethereum dilutes that ecosystem. And there's more market share being spread out, more money coming in, but it's spreading out. So numbers change. We were never guaranteed that Ethereum was going to go to $7,000 to $10,000. We would need trillions of dollars more to come in, and majority of it go into Bitcoin and Ethereum to see crazy numbers. But it spread out. The biggest narrative was meme tokens. So we saw billion-dollar market caps. We saw a lot of things. We're seeing a lot of things happen right now. It's good to look at on everything across the board. Price of eggs right now. Don't let the stores fool you. $3.13 per USD per dozen right now. If you go to the store, they're still charging me $14.99 for 18 eggs. And the price of eggs has dropped drastically. So they're still charging me these prices here, right? I didn't like Kamala, but I remember Kamala Harris is like, we got to do the price gouging. They can do whatever they want. And like I said, never was going to vote for her, never cared for her. But maybe they are taking advantage, because I have not seen the momentum shift in price since the dip, and we're going on a month. The stores are still charging. Isn't that weird? Sup, dog? Wizard pumping. Yeah, I saw that. Wizard on a run. Thank you for being a member, all of you guys. Luna C Point, one of my newest members. Thank you. Sorry for calling you a bro in R2R. My bad. She said, I'm not a bro, sir. I was like, what? And then I put two and two together. So apologies. Yeah, I didn't want to like the end tweet because I don't want this bull run to be over. I mean, yeah, you never do. But when I'm comparing numbers and prices, there's more market share being spread across. There's more tokens getting diluted. Ethereum the most, because everyone's built on it, from BNB, right? Is built on top of it. Chainlink. You got Avalanche. You got Phantom that's still around that converted to Sonic, so that'll go into a different direction. But what I mean by the overall picture here is the time frames, right? I'll go back to this tweet. The time frames are spot on. Where my first cycle, when I started buying Bitcoin at $250, I didn't realize that Bitcoin had just crashed from 1,000. And I bought the bottom, right? Like, it went less, but I bought it. And when I saw it go to 1,000, it was for the first time ever. And then it went on to a run to 20,000 right at December of 2017. Bitcoin peaked in December of 2017. January of 2018, more tokens peaked. And then everything went down as Bitcoin crashed down to $3,000. So the time frames on like the cycles, because they're not going to always be like the peak in December and then January and then March ends. On the next cycle, it changed. The months changed. The numbers changed. But in this cycle, we're lined up again for the 4-year cycles as far as what I've done is calculating from the time I've got in and what I've seen. So that's why I've been saying this for this long, is if the cycles add up and they run like clockwork, and that's where we're at. That's what I'm seeing. But to Pulse Chain, right? Because ultimately, Pulse Chain is the leverage on Ethereum at this point. Unless there's any way to detach ourselves from Pulse or from ETH, which ETH never going to detach itself from Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin goes down, ETH goes down. Now, everything since the markets have gotten together, at one point, cryptocurrency wasn't correlated with the stock market. Now it is, as Wall Street money is involved. Stock markets are tokenizing things. The world's changing, right? So the stock market crashes, it would bring down Bitcoin. The dollar gets strong, it's not good for Bitcoin. Tariffs, not good for Bitcoin. So these combination of things that we're seeing are definitely a lot of new aspects to whatever part of the cycle you believe we're in, whether we're going to start the bull, whether we're in the bear, where I'm at. You got to take all this data, and once we know where we are a year from now, we'll know whether I was right or wrong. But you have all this data collected, see where the market caps are, and then in the next cycle, say we can't compare it, but here are where the time frames are going to be. The reason why we couldn't compare it is because there's going to be new up and coming chains. Solana could take up more market share and start to increase, right? X1, Jack Levin built basically an SVM built on top of Solana. That could take a large market share and have huge success. We don't know, or it could flop and die. Sonic could raise to the ranks and become a top 10 competitor, and tokens and technology that gets old will die off. I don't think Tron has a very good competitive edge at this point any longer. A founder with a lot of money, kind of like Richard Hart. But let's go to talk about Pulse Chain. Was the pDAI warning too late? Yeah, I do believe so. Let's talk about the prices. Pulse Chain, 4 zeros and a 1.8. Pulse X, 4 zeros and a 1.6. Inc. was a below $1 to $1.03 hex, 2 zeros and a 4.62. If we go look at the price, and this is the price of pDAI, but let's look at the price of eHex. 2 zeros and a 1.4. My favorite token to buy right now. But to the topic that we want to discuss, right? That Richard Hart warned everybody too late. And I'm not saying to upset the pDAI people, like warn us. Like, what do you need to warn us about? It's gonna peg. Like, calm down. I don't know if it's gonna peg. I don't know if it could peg. I don't know. I can't verify a lot of things. See, the things a lot of us can go, like, I can go deep into the blockchain, into the rabbit hole, but I start to see things that my brain can't process. I can get to where everybody can get at an advanced stage, but the people that are more advanced can interpret it. And even those people are on both sides of the fence of interpreting what's going on deep inside the rabbit hole of pDAI, where some are saying it can be fixed, it can't be fixed, this is part of the plan, all that. I can just see the address and the activity and not know what's happening. That's where I'm at. Okay? Being 100% honest. What's good? Are you still buying core coins on Pulse Chain? That I am. Yes, I'm buying the dip with my printers. Get paid OG website. Shout out to OG website in the hubs. Print money. Buy the dips. So the problem that we have here today is you can't kill pDAI. There's Twitter spaces going on every day for hours. People that are trying to help and educate and extract the knowledge from Richard Hart of what he's saying now about pDAI and get the community to pull LP, get rid of their pDAI. Matty Allen is even having some kind of sacrifice. Everybody is trying to detach from pDAI because of this exploiter, this extractor. We don't want to call it an exploit because the contract is working as it's supposed to. It's not exploited. It's not hacked. It's working as intended, but there's only one individual, apparently. There's the new wallet admitted today, too, is extracting value. But the pDAI people are saying it's a good actor. It's benevolent on what it will ultimately do. It's part of the plan. The problem we have here is Richard Hart decided, and we're going to go to his Twitter, decided after all of this time, we can't even say months. We're literally at the point where we can say years. It's finally said, like, don't, like, pDAI's stupid. It's mintable, right? He's expressing that it's not a good choice. He's talking very like at first it was coded language. You know, it was very like, well, you could go one way or the other. He's been very vocal about the dislike of pDAI. And, you know, he did this post. Who warned you about admin keys? This guy. In the actual thumbnail, too. It's interesting because, yeah, he has warned everybody about admin keys. He has warned us about so many things ahead of time. Arrows Capital, you know, all these Alex Mashinsky, all these centralized exchanges, he's warned us. All these products, he's warned us. All these tokens with mint and all that prior to the Atropa and all that, he's warned us like way ahead of time. Okay. And these are in environments across crypto that he's either just really in tune and watches everything, right? I always assume he has his eye on everything and he's looking behind the scenes and he's smart enough to identify things and he has saved a lot of people money. And people just didn't listen and got wrecked, right? So he's known for having that reputation, and he really, you know, thrives on that fact that he's done that. Like, I do so much good for people, I warn you. So Pulse Chain is going on 2 years, right? In May, it's been around. pDAI is going to be 2 years old in May, and during that entire time, we've gotten very little about actual pDAI being mentioned, other than, you know, after the narrative grew, he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything negative. We just started seeing charts. The narrative got so big and strong, and he didn't say anything. He didn't say like it could be minted, even though early on it was mintable and then it was apparently corrected. We knew that. We thought it got corrected and was no longer able to be done, but apparently it was still continuing. So the people that believe in pDAI are going to have a horrible time with this transition of getting out of it or even believing it, because it's like he's posted a chart several times. That's to anybody that understands like what a post means in Twitter or TikTok or whatever it means. Like, that's like bullish to show a chart, right? Without saying it. You go to a few months back during his Christmas audio, he wouldn't even say deck screener. He wouldn't even say deck screener because it promotes tokens that he thinks are bad. So he never says the name of tokens ever. He didn't say Zen. He called it Forever Down token. We knew what he meant. When he thinks it's a scam, he won't give them the attention by saying their name. It's always been part of his ethos and his strategy. But he's post the pDAI chart. So that's like giving people so much hope. I'm like, they're not going to let go. They're not going to let go. If he had came out with all these tweets that he's doing right now, back in late 2023, when the narrative started to grow, early 2024, he could have killed it before it became anything. He could have said Maria is the, coming out saying Maria Atropa is the final boss and talking about all these things. He could have said all these warnings a long time ago, but he didn't. He didn't say a word. And people are like, well, the SEC, the SEC is not away yet. It's still here. And he's doing these tweets. So his actions are bizarre at this point. Are bizarre because you can go on chain and without a shadow of a doubt, if you know, and you can prove that we are being extracted and pDAI is not going $2. It's a big elaborate extraction scam. And you have evidence that can't be, the evidence is so strong. There's no other way it could be any other way. Like, it would have to be 100% guaranteed that that's what's going on. Like, you'd have to be able to prove it. Even if you could prove it, I think people would still hang on. And it's Richard was too late for the message. Like, you can't kill pDAI. You can't. We've seen him. We've seen everyone try. You're gonna have Twitter Spaces all day today and all that. is going to be the same story over and over. We literally have to sit here and see what happens. And the funny part is, we're not at all-time lows for Pulse X yet. That was 5 zeros and a 1.9-ish. That was the last time I bought it for very cheap. We're going down more, okay? I've been saying for a couple more weeks we're going down more. I've been telling you we're going to go down more. I've been telling you what coins are going to go down more. And as we go down, if you look at the ratios, right? pDAI is holding strong versus Pulse. pDAI's chart is still looking like the best thing out there in all the Pulse chain. There's nothing you can say. Like, it's undeniable. It's undeniable. And I'm not even like a pDAI maxi or anything like that. I'm just like showing you how it is, bro. Like, you can't debate that, like, at all. Oh yeah, the chart had changed like this too. That's weird. You have to have it on this chart, and then it goes back and forth on the DAI Pulse. So, anyways, one thing after another, right? Now we have USDT in the background being arbed. It's arbing its way to peg with pDAI. And I just like, you know, he can come out and say more and more and more, but it was just like, it's just far too late. People are so deep into this. You gotta imagine how much money people have invested in pDAI, right? They could still fall back and say, no, Richard Hart tweeted about it. And he shakes out the weak hands and all that's there. Like, it's like impossible to kill off right now. It's gonna take, I think it's a couple weeks away from what I believe would be the end of it, should be the end of it. But now you have these new narratives that are popping up, right? It's not really a narrative. It's being arbed right now. USDT is working its way to peg to pDAI like USDC did that. We watched that live late 2023 happen. So these start to surface. So the narrative is starting to grow back and snowball stronger again. So what's it going to take? The Willy Flop auctions failing. That should be the final blow, right? That should be like the knife that kills the narrative. I just want everybody to know the truth soon. You know, the truth at this point, it's draining people emotionally. It's draining people, like, it's splitting up the chain. Like, people are fighting against each other right now. And it's like, man, we're at all-time lows. And like, we're not even fighting about the price. We're fighting about whether this token is actually a decentralized stable token or not. And after the founders coming out and saying, like, it's garbage. It's stupid, you know? Are you sacrificing for Maddie token? I don't know much about it, to be honest. I'm here for the tech, but welcome. By the blood. I can debate the OA has a huge bag of pDAI and will probably dump. Yeah, it does. You see the OA, Richard Hart's been dumping it, right? And Tiago even emptied the bag. People keep buying. PUSD has a peg to pDAI in the system. There are hidden indexes for it where pro users are buying it to ARB. That's the thing. Like what you just stated, you can shout at the top of the mountain right now. And people will be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But this now happening because of the fact that Richard Hart has delivered this message far too late, like literally he waited almost 2 years. It's supposed to be 2 years in about a month and a half to say anything other than posting the pDAI chart. People will continue the hopium, continue the belief. And with PUSDT out of the blue coming to peg to pDAI after USDC did it months before, and if you line it up with the Maria interviews, because I was in the rabbit hole, Maria said in the sequence of events, pDAI will be on the rise, USDC will peg to it, and then later, further behind, PUSD would peg to it as well, and all three would be on the same pegged price, whatever price that was, and rise together. So that's happened with exactly what Maria has said. I saw that interview live, and I understand that all these people saw it and are aware of it. That's what's making them even more excited. Plus the Willie flop. So pDAI right now is very hard. pDAI is going to have to kill itself with its own narrative. It's going to have to hang itself. Okay. Richard Hart can't do anything. Richard Hart can come out and verbatim, even go on live stream and say something, and people just say he's shaking us out. And there's just no there's. I think we're kind of just exhausting ourselves trying to debate each other. We're just going to have to wait and see. One side believes this, one side believes that. But the message from RH, literally almost 2 years it took him to do this. So most would say he is far too smart to let that go on for this long. Right? I don't know, he could have missed it. He could have missed it. Anything's possible. He's not a god, but that deepens the liquidity of hopium. RH coins look like failures so far, new lows so far into the cycle. I don't think these coins will be making new highs. It's very hard to see a new all-time high. And I felt this way before. When I saw Bitcoin, when I had bought Bitcoin at 250, and by the time it went to 15,000, 19,000, and I was selling, what I held it down to 3,000, and I was like, this is never, ever going back up. Like, I could have sold it all. Because it was just such a catastrophic event of like, I've held stocks for years. I never experienced a dip like that in my life. How do we go from $20 to $3,000? This is a scam. It was hard to piece together in my mind the possibilities of it ever returning. And here we are. We hit an all-time high of $109,000. So in this current moment, the sentiment and the feeling is like, I don't think they could, but in crypto, it happens over and 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 over again. That's what it does. I don't make the rules. I can't manipulate the markets, but it's proven that they correct hard and then they pump hard. Should I realize how to access hidden indexes so everyone is on the same playing field? Perhaps this would prevent a PUSD to a dollar false narrative. Yeah, that's the thing. If you have the education to show people, because I know you go on some daily live streams to show that, then yeah, you can stop potentially a snowball effect, because it's about to get loud, bro. It's about to get loud. When PUSDT pegs to pDAI, it's going to be all over Twitter. The narrative is going to be stronger. That gives you extra salt and spice to add onto the Willie flop narrative, right? Because the last big narrative with the voting pushed pDAI to 3 cents in December. When it didn't happen, it's been on a dip, right? This potentially, right? If we're trying to rinse out pDAI as a community, like, I'm not saying we, including me, because like I'm just really here to speculate and be open-minded and just give my honest thoughts and be 100% honest. Like, if I get that far to see where things are going wrong, I can get there, but I won't know what I'm looking at. I won't know. So that's going to be the thing, is this is going to spark some life. And that spark, right, if you think that there's a large amount of people out there that are trying to kill the narrative right now, that are trying to prove and have true evidence that this is broken, right? Because even Alex has come out, Keytron developers talked about all this, and it's not phasing any of the pDAI guys. They're just like, nope. This, days before Pulse Chain launch, things were happening with the pDAI contract. I've seen that on chain. I don't know exactly why and what was going on, but to my best knowledge, what I could say is like the only people that could have been really playing with that on Pulse Chain mainnet before the launch is like developers, I would assume, right? I don't know. So it's important here at this point to go, if you are trying to save people and these things are really just an extraction and it's going to continue to bring down the chain, You may see pDAI for real do like a 5x after the PUSDT. I wouldn't listen. We could see PUSDT do a 5x after it pegs, and then the Willy flop auction shows a little bit of like, oh, it's working. Those two combinations, like it can work at first and then break, right? It's like a rocket that takes off. And then when it gets to a certain point and it explodes and everyone dies on it, it's happened before, you're like, it's working. That can happen. Or it can rocket and work, right? But during that time, it's going to pump, and it's going to pump hard because now we have a much stronger narrative than December's voting. And it's just like the community's getting stronger after everything, after all the fighting. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger. It's like those superheroes that you remember when you attack them, they get stronger from the damage. Like on video games too, they're just getting stronger. pDAI is the most polarizing topic on Pulse Chain. It's so crazy, conviction on both sides. Yeah, I know. It's important to have neutral influencers like you that don't just alienate communities with their opinions. I appreciate that. I want to understand what's going on because I can't say that I know entirely. Like I have a belief, right? That like, I'm like, no, I don't think this is going to happen. But then the other side of me goes, well, what if it does happen? It's like, it's the unknown. It's the unknown. That's just the old curve finance DEX. So when we mentioned the curve finance, I'm going to show you what's going on over there right now. Damn, there was an exploit on a vault on Pulse Chain today too with DEX Finance, and I bridged over money with them this morning, and it didn't go through. Anyways, when it rains, it pours, right? Let me show you what's going on. Where you can see on chain, which Fastapto has told me, basically Curve protocol is like a DEX, right? And you go to the Pulse Chain side. We were back when we were watching this at the end of 2023. I was like, guys, what's going on here? Like on live streams, like, does anybody know? And we were seeing like ARB trading happen heavily between pDAI and USDC. And then one day I'm on stream, I'm like, it's pegged. What the hell? So that's what we're seeing happen right now in real time. If you go look on the blockchain on DBank with PUSDT. PUSDT is being ARB to peg. It will peg the pDAI, which is going to have a big narrative shift on like, well, why is that? We're already seeing it on Twitter. Like, why is this happening out of nowhere? Even, you know why Richard Hart never says the name of a token? Right? Because he doesn't want to give any type of energy towards it. So people would be like, oh, he mentioned it. So what did he do that's going all over Twitter right now? He said stupid pDAI. So you see Sami out there posting stupid pDAI. He's made it very entertaining and flipped the words of what Richard Hart calling stupid pDAI. And every post is like, that's stupid pDAI, right? And that's why Richard Hart should have just stuck. Right? To not mentioning names. Now I realize why he did that. And he might be like, damn, why did I do that? Right? Because Sami's going hard with the stupid pDAI comment. Like hard. And it's trending all over Twitter when he mentions stupid pDAI. So I'm like, oh man. It just, the strength of the narrative became stronger. Now people in the pDAI community have disowned a tropa. We don't need a tropa. Now we don't need Richard. It's decentralized. Good actors. Some people believe it's bad actors. I'll give you my honest opinion of what I think is a strong possibility that happened here. Okay? The only way my brain can make sense of this is why Richard Hart went almost 2 years without saying get pDAI's garbage or pDAI's stupid. We all saw the video where he said he had a phone conversation with different builders about what they were going to build. One of them was somebody was going to build a MakerDAO product so that we have DAI on Pulse Chain. Okay? And then another thing is he brought up Atropa, and then he brought up a mint, and the Atropa people were like, Atropa can't be minted, which it can't. But he put it in parentheses, I don't know anything about it. What could be minted is Treasury bill. We saw her mint like $30-40 million worth of Treasury bill and start dumping it into Teddy from Teddy to ETH. So that's where the mint function was. He was off by a smidget, and they just like, oh my God, how does he not know? He's pretending not to know and really twisting the words here. So what I think might have happened here is I think Richard Hart, because on camera he said he had this conversation with these people building something for MakerDAO, he was aware of it. He might have not seen what was going on. He may have been in communication with these people. This is my speculation. Somewhere down the road here, in recent events, like in the past few months, I believe that Richard and whoever was putting this together had a fallout, okay? This is me just piecing everything together and the timeline of almost 2 years of him not disowning it, not saying what he's saying now previously, right? Watching it, because we know he's listening to these Twitter spaces. We know how closely he's watched all of crypto. We know how closely he's watching his crypto and his blockchain. We know this. He's been watching Atropa the whole time. He has watched this narrative develop from an itty bitty pea to a giant balloon, because it could get popped, right? Or maybe it's a giant watermelon, can't be popped. We'll see. And I think he had a fallout with these individuals, and they can be potentially reversed to bad actors and are exploiting and extracting, and it's a war going on between him and these guys. He's mass tweeting far too late now. The message is delivered. The community is far too strong. There's other entities like, I got believers and we're minting still, and I'm going to bring down Pulse Chain because of this fallout. And that seems to be like the most logical thing I could think of why he would wait damn near 2 years to say anything negative about pDAI, other than posting the chart many times. Hey, Ethereum bros, check out this, how many axes it's done. That's the only way I can piece it together for how smart I know he is, how closely he watches everything on his chain and all the other chains out there. So he'll tell you about what blockchains are doing that no one even talks about, right? What was the blockchain the other day he talked about? Was it Crow? I don't know. Something about the mints and they reminted. It was like weird. So I think there could have been a fallout, and now we're now witnessing that fallout happen in real time. And he's trying to detach from it and tell everybody to get out. That's all I could really come up with in my brain. I used to back in December, but I was running out of the ARB opportunity, so I forgot about it. Rich V, crypto is some emotional bitches. Yeah, well, all you can do is speculate. So what is speculation? An emotion, a guess, opium, could be facts if you really got your facts right, and the price is down. So at this point, the emotions are high for all these people because of the tweets, and because of the price. I'm like, here's me right now, being 100% honest with you. This is where I'm at. I'm delivering the news on what's going on with pDAI, but when I'm off camera, I don't care. I got my printers going with OG Web Chef. I'm printing high numbers. If you like the ecosystem or not, I don't care, because I understand people's emotions are going to love and hate, call it a scam, call it this and that, whatever it is. It's been printed. I've been buying with my rewards, the dips on whatever I want. That's where I'm at. I'm a money maxi. That's all I love to do, is try to make money. And if I can capitalize on this narrative being strong with PUSDT, once it pegs, then I will go for the flip. I'm already getting ready. That's just personally what I'm doing. Just have to let everyone know that you can't swap back on every token on Curve. Just a heads up. Yeah, I don't know how all that works. I ain't going to go mess on Curve. No, I don't know. Have fun though. Have fun. Have fun. What are we gonna look at here? Let's go look at PTGC really quick. Was very extremely heavily bonded. It's interesting too, the topic that about PTGC with Tiago the other night in one of the Twitter spaces, and why he's not in PTGC, and it made me think. I was like, oh wow, it's good to hear other people's opinions, right? It hit my target and it went further down. Damn, it went down. Here's what I gotta say about burnt liquidity. I don't like burnt liquidity. I never have. All right. They burnt some liquidity with pDAI, with PTGC. UFO was like supplied by the community. You remember Wise token with all that burnt liquidity? It's like so much money sitting there. So much money sitting there that never did anything. Like at all the liquidity, like true liquidity sitting in Wise token for years now. Burnt LP, 108.9 million. I'm not a fan of it after that. So the burnt LP part was just like, for most people that think about it and look at it, they go, oh, that's so awesome. Ever since Wise, I'm like, I don't like that. You know, but you know, it's part of the ecosystem. I was still cool with it. Like whatever. People think it's bullish, it helps my bags. OG Hump and Steady Pup are holding it down. They're at 18 on Pulse Chain right now. Yeah, they're doing an awesome job. Correct only ETH Pulse to whatever other asset is available. Only way I can think. Medieval Finance is still printing nice. That it is. It is a printer. Can't wait for farms. Appreciate Fast Duel being level-headed whether the market is up or down. Yeah, man, he's in there. Up or down, he's out there. Yeah, liquidity needs to be used for something. At digital markets, I'm still here for the tech, right? Still here for the tech. But main point here, message was delivered too late. If Richard's further intentions are to get everyone out of pDAI and he's sincere about that, like, you know, this is not some tomfoolery, you know, speculated shakeout like people say. He waited too long. Everyone's too heavily invested and emotionally invested in this. But the plot keeps thickening. PUSDT pegs, Willy flop starts, and people start seeing things that match up to their narrative. It's going to snowball into some axes, and it's going to be like, oh my god, we can't get rid of pDAI. That's how people are going to feel that don't want it to succeed or want it to go away because they know it's never going to succeed, whatever it may be. Let's go see what's going on with PulseX. Man, liquidity 6.1 million. That's the thing though, guys. LP is so damn thin right now that if the market does reverse at some point, these are slingshots waiting to happen whenever that happens. And it can move fast for that reason. Fast eyes everywhere. They always print nice at first. What prints nice? I'm not sure what you mean. Another pDAI minter wallet just minted another 15 million of pDAI, aka 32K. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. You gotta go look at the comments too, and people are gonna be like, yeah, but he's benevolent. It's like, wow, what do we think's going on? Oh, I love this right here. This is like the typical comment because my bear market post. Juan Baracho Taco bottom signal because I posted about the facts. Bottom signal. If you point out that we're in a bear market, that's a bottom signal. I love when people do that shit. You're about I put evidence of prices hitting all-time high that's directly correlated with the time frame of like the end of the 2017 bull run. And I'm a bottom signal now. They'll keep saying that all the way until it continues to bottom. Bottom signal, bottom signal. I love people. Shout out to Juan. Every protocol, like every business, is to have a treasury. True. 12 million liquidity for Pulse X is to double the price. Rich V. Most projects have short shelf life. Cool. That's called a cycle. So everything will go up in a bull run. That's a 4-year shelf life, and then dump it to a bear. Windows of opportunity is what I like to call them, right? But very true. Something just like shelf life as far as being done for good too. Welcome to crypto. Like, you go to the stock market and it's not like, oh, well, Johnson & Johnson rug pull today, and like the CEO scammed us and ran with the money. Like, you don't see that. So only in crypto. So I don't know how they're going to tokenize all this. The interesting fact is they're talking about tokenizing everything in Wall Street now, and they're doing it with stocks, tokenized stocks, and they're going to build it on Solana. They decided that's where it's going to be. At least we have bacon burritos while we wait. Yeah, that is waiting for me. I'm going to end the live stream soon. I can smell it from here. My BTC mining stocks got smashed today. Oh, man. Let's look into RH. Let's see. SAC funds down 51.22%. Yikes. Oh, that's right, too. Pulse all-time low. It's so far below SAC price. That is mind-blowing. Crazy. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone for being here. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. If you're on X, you got to like and retweet, the live stream. Bring some attention. Appreciate everybody who's liked and retweeted. We got definitely a good amount of viewers here today. I am excited, though, about X1. I love when stuff comes out in a bear market. Sorry. Bottom signal. He said bear market. Bottom signal. Oh, shit. Anyways, don't forget, pound the like button. Drop a comment. Until next time. Yeah, dog.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including got me on Navex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zoopy on Phantom, I got a few notes. Sticking my Rex, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buying my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buying my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around.